Nannette Shaw, Torolo Truwalway Bunurong woman. I'm a traditional shell stringer, basket weaver, kelp worker, but I focus mostly on the kelp and let Fiona focus on the jewellery side.
Hi, my name's Fiona Hughes and I'm from the same mob because we're related. And my family come from Cape Barren Island. So, and that's where my shells come from. My Mariner shells and all shells are from my late Auntie Joan, who kept the culture of stringing going. So my mum taught me how to string, but my Auntie Joan kept that culture going with two other women from the islands. So without them, we wouldn't be stringing. So, and to keep that culture going. So that was wonderful.
Yep.
And I think both of you create such special work that does speak to place. You know, nowhere else in Australia do people make those extraordinary kelp the kelp baskets or the shell necklaces. Did you just want to talk about what's important and special about them for you?
The kelp with me, suffering from stress, depression and all of that, I find the kelp is the best therapy. I love doing it, absolutely love it. When I have a bad day, I can sit down and make 25, 30 pieces. It just centres me and reconnects me back where I need to be with my ancestors. And there are times I sit there and the old women, I can sense them around me, encouraging me to keep going. So there's that kind of a connection with me. It's basically my therapy. Plus it's a passion.
Yeah, so obviously stringing's been part of my family for a long, long time, many years. But I started doing kelp work with Auntie Nettie, collecting kelp with her. Yeah. And when we started cutting up the kelp buds, stalks, I went, I can make some earrings and necklaces out of this. So, and then incorporated the Mariner shells and whatever shells I want to use and just went, okay, we'll do that. It looks lovely. And because like when we're on country, and especially because I'm an island girl, and of course Auntie Nettie's an island girl, the ocean just calls us. So it's spiritual and it just calms us, and we just know we've been on country again. It just revitalises us and gives us energy, I suppose.
And I think you can definitely tell that in the work. They're full of energy and they're full of life. They're such wonderful pieces. I wondered if you could maybe just describe some of the works that you've made this year that are at the market for people.
I did my normal stuff, my traditional water carriers, which I made the same way as the ones from 1850s for the Victoria and Albert Crystal Palace exhibition. I did learn how to weave the baskets through Tayenabe, and I thought, well, this year I'll add something different and I'll weave baskets. And then once I'd done them, and they were a bit of a hassle, trust me, I thought, oh, well, let's do the twine together, make some river reed and twine up and make these beautiful string necklaces with kelp on it. So some of the stuff this year was that little bit of experiment just to see how far I could take what Mother Earth is providing for me.
No, it's beautiful. And Fiona?
I think my work is just, I got really sick during the COVID, and Auntie Nettie come around and helped with me, plus my partner and stuff, but I got really sick. So culture and doing some culture got me through that, and my anxiety, and I had a bit of agoraphobia, so I had agoraphobia. So it just helped me get on with life again. So, and you just understand how much culture and doing the arts is so important. To me it is, and which I'm told the granddaughter, you've got to start learning this soon, because it is so important that you pass that culture on to your grandkids and family. And I've learnt more since I've started. So I've learned how to make silver earrings and stuff, and use silver now, the bindings and stuff. So I've learnt so much, and we've got some new stuff coming over soon to you to have a look at.
Oh, that's we definitely can't wait.
But part of Fiona's therapy, I was given a couple of old necklaces made from the 1800s that were in bits and pieces, and they were made from rice shells, which is sort of like a grain of rice. And part of her therapy was to restring one. And she'd never done it before, but she did it.
And how does it look? Are you happy with it?
Beautiful. No, it's at home. I'll send you a photo. It's turned out absolutely beautiful, but it's what she needed to do to reconnect back to where she needed to be, and culture's important in that.
So I made a ricey shell the other day. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And I guess in that, isn't it, that because, you know, and in particular, as you know, that the market is about the Southeast. It's about celebrating this particular region, because I do think, you know, as Aboriginal people from this area, we've experienced a particular type of prolonged colonisation. And so I've always thought, you know, your process of working is about healing that history as well. I mean, obviously you've been talking about healing yourselves, but it is a celebration of culture, and it's a healing of history, which is just, to me, really strong.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure, because like you look at it, sorry, Annie Nettie.
That's all right, keep going.
That you look at it, and it gives you pride. That's what it gives you, pride, and knowing that we have the oldest living culture in the world, and our craft work and whatever we do, you can't deny how special it is. Now, I've looked at some of the artworks all over Australia since I've started doing this art, and I just go, wow, how talented is our mob all around the place. Absolutely beautiful work.
But I've dragged this one along. I've seen what she's doing, what she's capable of. But she has that passion and that pride in what she's doing. And I have very bad arthritis at the moment, and I'm trying to pass on what I know to others so that they can continue with their culture, because the way I make my water carriers, people forgot how to do that. I had to teach myself. So the importance of making sure that is passed on is paramount with me, because as Aboriginal people, you'll know we've lost so much. So if we teach ourselves something, I think we need, and they tell me I'm an elder, as an elder, to pass that on to the younger generation so we don't lose it again, because it's that vitally important. It is to me anyway.
So now I know how to make the baskets.
Yeah.
And, you know, one of the most wonderful things about you, Aunts, is you have really championed the market and, you know, helped bring people with you. And I think that's such an Aboriginal way of working. And I think that's what makes the market so special. We're not about, you know, I mean, obviously creating financial independence for people and people getting an income from their work is great, but the process of bringing everyone together is really what's driving the market and the philosophy behind it.
That's what I miss, is that face-to-face, because I always walk around after I sell something and buy something off another artist. I usually bring home more than I would leave.
And I guess that was one of the things that we've talked about, is that missing from the market when we go online is talking to people. But I guess I was keen to see from you, what were some of the experiences you've had from the market that you feel that have been really beneficial?
Oh, look, as I said in the interview a couple of years ago, if Vicky West hadn't have put me forward for the market, I think it was 2017 or 18, I wouldn't have met people from Beluga Arts who wouldn't have put my work into as a finalist in Telstra, which wouldn't have put my work into in Carriageworks and things like that. And I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now without that initial connection with what was then the Black Arts Market. So making those connections there has pushed my work forward a lot further. And as I said, now it's time for the younger ones to step up and do it.
I'm not that young.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, without that, I would probably still be sitting in my lounge room making them and giving them away.
Yeah, which I'm so privileged and excited that you did put me forward to do stuff. Yeah. And I've seen a lot and I've learned a lot. And like you just cherish that, and you just, you know, I love her to death and she knows that. But like even like teaching other people as well. Yeah. So and looking at the markets, because I've never looked, I've seen our local markets and there's no Aboriginal stuff but ours, but seeing the beautiful work out there and the pride that everyone's got in their own work, and I thought, oh, mine's not too bad.
I can attest, yours is more than not too bad. It's beautiful. It's such a privilege to work with people like you in the market, and I guess I really hope that in the next year we can all come together again, and so we can all share, share stories, share a cup of tea, and have a good yarn face to face.
Yeah,